Hi, and Voyagers. My name is Julie Masters, and I'm the CEO of Influence Nation. I am also the host of the iTunes podcast Inside Influence. I am massively excited to be seeing you all in Mykonos later this year. We are going to be covering what it takes to stand out as a trusted authority in your space, as the go-to expert in your space, particularly in an age of digital fuel. In a new age of influence where suddenly we have more access than we have ever had. We have access to more platforms, more channels than we have ever had. How do you stand out in that new age? Secondly, in an age where attention spans are diminishing and it is harder than ever to get people's attention, hold it and keep them engaged, and then convert that attention into action. And finally, in an age of speed, in an age where we have to make decisions fast, we have to try things, learn, evolve, keep moving, where people can find us and make up their own mind about us in incredibly short periods of time, often before we even know that they exist. And finally, and most importantly, how do we build networks, highly targeted, valuable networks of the exact people that we want to speak to in incredibly short periods of time? As part of this discussion, we're going to be jumping into the leap from macro authority to micro authority, where we try and own a huge space to where we get very clear on our expertise, very clear on exactly the space that we want to own. I would call that your impact zone. And then how do we double down on that to attract those next level opportunities? We're going to be talking about how to become the primary translator of your target market, the go-to expert that everybody looks to, who simplifies complex trends, who maps out the journey forward for the people who look to you. We're also going to be talking about epic storytelling. How do we tell stories at the next level for our clients, for our audiences, that gets people involved and also, very importantly, gets them sharing us and what we do amongst their networks. We're also going to be talking about certainty, the power of certainty, how to let go of the stories about us, our right to be there, our business, timing, perfection, all those stories that keep us small. How do we get past them in order to go to the next level as the experts that we are? You know, I really believe that the events industry is at the forefront of transformational storytelling. It's the events industry that sets the agenda. It's the events industry that translates complex information into usable, actionable insights. And it's also the events industry that often is at the forefront, at the leading edge of literally wiring the next generation of leaders that are coming through. So it's hugely important that we own our voices, that we stand out, that we take our seat at the table, and that we learn to amplify our expertise so that we can reach as many people as possible. So it's going to be a big day, but I can't wait to see you in Mykonos.